My dear students, welcome back to the English classes of 8th standard, St. Thomas School, Pochara, both Adilabad district, Telangana, India. And today we are going to have the third part of the Unit 1 of your book, that is Class 8, Unit 1, C, Part C. And there we have a letter to a friend. We have the board how to write a letter to a friend. So here Hyderabad, place name here. Which side it is? Right side. Right side of the paper you are writing. Then below that we have the date. Okay. Then here the addressing the person. Dear Suresh, because it is a friendly letter. That's why it is written Dear Suresh. Then the body of the letter. Then finally, body of the letter means whatever he is writing. I am Suresh. I am your friend. We had a good time. Like that, something is written the body of the letter. No. Then finally, we have the final the signature of the person, and also concluding the letter like with these words: your loving friend. Your loving friend Ramesh. So, who wrote the letter? This letter is written by Ramesh. Written by Ramesh to Suresh. So, two persons are there, Suresh and Ramesh. Who wrote the letter? Ramesh wrote to Suresh. From where did he write? He wrote this letter from Hyderabad. Which date? In which date he wrote the letter? On 12th November 2012. Okay, is it clear to you? Is it clear to you? Clear now? So now we are just going to see the content of this letter. So Ramesh and Suresh are friends. Now from the letter we understand. Ramesh lives in Hyderabad. So it is very clear from the page here where, because he is writing from there, he lives in Hyderabad. Who is living in Hyderabad? Ramesh is living in Hyderabad. Then what? Suresh came to Hyderabad on some personal work. He came there. Then what? He asked Ramesh to meet him at certain place, but Ramesh could not meet him. No, that day. For this, Ramesh felt sorry and wrote this letter to Ramesh. That's the thing. Okay. Ramesh is not happy about his life because he is very busy. He has no time to take care of the family. Okay, then but he is very happy because he could write a letter to Ramesh. Though very busy, he thought of that writing a letter, but he is very happy because he could write a letter to Suresh. Okay, Ramesh is happy. Because he felt that he missed everything in his busy life. Finally, he is happy that he had found time to write a letter to Suresh. Okay, so now we are going to see the things here by paragraph. So please look at your letter. Let us read it together. Okay, please here. Let us read the letter. First part of the letter. A letter to a friend, that is written from Hyderabad on 12th of November 2012. And who wrote the letter? The letter is written by Ramesh and written to Suresh. So by looking at the beginning of the letter, we will understand the person who wrote is addressing a person called Suresh. Dear Suresh. Whenever you write a letter, you see that the person is addressing Dear Suresh, and there is a mark, that is a comma. Always addressing and with a comma, and below that the letter is starting. Just observe there. Then just introducing himself.
This is Ramesh. I apologize for not meeting you during your visit to Hyderabad last week. Unfortunately, I had a meeting in my office. I remember how we enjoyed our childhood days in Manikonda village. Every day we played together in our garden. Our family was big. There were 12 members in our family. I remember we played in the moonlight. Our grandma used to give us fruits and biscuits. Our grandpa used to tell us fairy tales about the princess, warriors and the village boys.
Students, anything to clarify in the first paragraph? So the word apologize, please look at the board and write. Apologize means say sorry for doing something wrong. So here Ramesh is asking sorry to Suresh because when Suresh came to Hyderabad, Ramesh could not meet him. Unfortunately, he could not meet. So he is asking sorry. But he says that he remembers how they enjoyed their childhood in the village called Manikonda. Every day they used to play together in the garden, and their family was very big. There were 12 members in our family. And he remembers how they played in the moonlight, that is night, no? They used to play even at night. And their grandma used to give them fruits and biscuits. Our grandpa, that means their grandpa, used to tell them fairy tales about princess, warriors and village boys. So here are some of the words now, fairy tales, that means stories about fairies and magic stories. You have also might have read and seen so many magical stories. You know. Then warriors means what? Here the word warriors, that means person who fight in a battle or war. You can say soldier. Nowadays we use word soldier. But earlier that courageous persons, those who went to fight against other countries, no? So they were called warriors. Okay. In this case, any other things to use? Just the memories of this Ramesh about their life together. In which village it is? Manikonda village. Okay, that's the first paragraph. Now let us hear the second paragraph.
Right. Now I am working at Microsoft, a software company, Hyderabad. As a computer programmer, I am married and we have a child. My wife works at Dell, Hyderabad, as a system analyst. You know, city life is quite busy. We start in the morning, leave over our child at the baby care center and come back in the evening with the faded faces. We hardly find time sit together. How disgusting. We work with computers, think like computers and live like computers. We have forgotten our family.
Did you hear the second paragraph now? Very good. Now the second paragraph, what do we have there? I am working at Microsoft. Now he is explaining where he is working. He is working where? In a software company called Microsoft. As a computer programmer. He is a computer programmer. And he is married to his a woman who is working at Dell. That is another company, no, a name of a computer company, no. They say Dell. She is working as a system analyst, and they have got one child. And he is telling that the city is very busy. We start in the morning, leave our child at the baby care center, and come back in the evening with faded faces. What do you mean by faded faces? Faded means less bright. Less bright means very tired. So their faces are faded means what? Are less bright, unhappy, not at all happy. As if they worked hard during the day and they are not happy, very much tired. That's why faded faces. We come back. They come back in the evening with faded faces. So suppose you observe your parents, suppose work hard outside and coming to the houses not with a bright face. So suppose you say something, a word of appreciation or treat them well, maybe they may become happy. Maybe they may have the bright face because of your treatment. Okay, so your parents are coming, or can say this family is coming back to the house with the faded faces. Then what? We hardly find time to sit together. How disgusting. So disgusting means what? Here I have written extremely unpleasant. No, it is unpleasant, unacceptable, unacceptable. See, just unpleasant thing, disgusting. So he is telling it is extremely unpleasant thing. What is that unpleasant thing? That they have no time to work, sit together. They work with computer, think like computers, and live like computers. They have forgotten their family. See, when we are busy with our works, even parents, they have no time to take care of the parents, or they don't have they don't take time to take care of the children, and they don't have time to take care of each other. Okay, husband and wife, there is no time. That's the situation for Ramesh in this letter. Then let us hear the third paragraph. Let us read together the third paragraph now.
I remember how we played Gilli Danda, hide and seek, and kabaddi. We went for swimming in our local tank every Sunday. Here we live in an apartment where there is no room to play. Our flat is our world, just like a well for a frog. The world remains unheeded.
So here Ramesh is telling some of the games they used to play. One is Gilli Danda. That is to say a rural sport played with a short stick and a long stick. I think that even here in your place also you play this game, and you may be calling another name for it clearly, no? So this is the explanation. Now, short stick and long stick. In India, almost all places they play this game. Okay. Then another one, hide and seek. Hide and seek also I have seen here and many other places. Then kabaddi. Kabaddi is very famous in our area here. Then we went for swimming in our local tank every Sunday. They used to go for swimming. Here we live in an apartment where there is no room to play. Our flat is our world, just like a well for a frog. So a frog in the world has no other option to go out. It is always inside the well. It doesn't go outside. So like that, the person in the flat, in a flat in the city feels that he's alone and no other way, it is very busy, there is no enjoyment, nothing. No, that's the feeling of this Ramesh. Now let us hear the next paragraph. Let us read together.
How happy we were in our school. We used to sit in the same row, did all the work together and took part in the events. I remember how Padmanabhaya sir, our class teacher, appreciated us when we got the first prize in district science fair. I remember how we went on a picnic to Koil Sagar. There we went boating. Our tour to Sri Sailam was memorable. Still I remember the green hills full of trees that almost touched the sky. I remember the roaring of the Krishna river at the dam. There is nothing here. I wonder at my child's silence. He always sits in front of the computer and plays games, never caring for anyone.
See now, here he remembers his days at school. It was very happy. It was very interesting. They used to sit in the same row, maybe near to the same bench or something, or the nearby. Then did all the work together and took part in all the events. And he remembered his class teacher appreciated them for getting the first prize in district science fair. You have seen fair, science fair or something. They were appreciated, they got prize. And he remembered how they went on a picnic to Koil Sagar, a place, famous place. There they went boating. Our tour, that is means their tour to Sri Sailam was memorable. Still I remember the green hills full of trees that almost touched the sky. I remember the roaring of the Krishna river at the dam. There is nothing here. I wonder at my child's silence. He always sits in front of the computer and plays games, never caring for anyone. So these places they went for picnic. Maybe the parents have not time to take the child to a picnic or roam around the villages or some peaceful area. They have no time. So he's accusing there is no time for anything. Actually, as the head of the family, he has got a lot of responsibility to make it more comfortable and more, let us say, he has got the responsibility to create a happy family, but he is not doing actually, thinking about the job also. Okay, then let us hear the next paragraph.
I remember the happy moments when our uncle visited us. He brought toys and fruits for us. Our own brought me a new dress for Dasara. How we enjoyed Deepavali. Still I hear the sound of crackers. I can see the rockets flying into the sky, making the night full of light. Where are those days? My child doesn't know his uncle or aunt. For him, uncle and neighbor are the same.
Now in this paragraph, he remember he remembers how happy they were when their uncles visited them. He brought toys and fruits for us. Our aunt brought me a new dress for Dasara. How we enjoyed Deepavali. So these are the festivals, famous festivals in India, and they were getting some presents when these occasions arrived. Then he hears the sound of the crackers. No, still I hear. I can see the rockets flying in the sky, making the night full of light. Where are those days? My child does not know his uncle or aunt. For him, uncle and neighbor are the same. Because children in the village, not in the village, the city is not called any old person or stranger uncle. So they are not really uncles, but they call with respect uncle. No, so they don't know, this child does not know who is his uncle. That is actually is a boy here according to the story. And this also it also shows that they are not only friends, they are cousins. No, because they are telling that same uncle and same family, big family. This all shows that they are cousins. Okay, now let us hear the next part.
Sometimes I think of our childhood days. I think grandparents, uncles, brothers, sisters. We miss them. We miss the joy of the family. We miss their company. We are missing many things in this busy.
So now he is telling that he is missing everything. No, their grandparents, uncles, brothers, sisters. We miss them. We miss the joy of the family. We miss their company. We are missing many things in this busy life. So in the busy life, he lost everything. Who lost? He and his wife. Suresh still lives in the village, but Ramesh in the city, and he laments that he lost everything. Now coming to the last part here.
Suresh, I don't know where those gardens have gone. Those fairy tales, those fruits, those words of love and affection. We have lost our real life in this unreal world. Anyhow, I am happy that I have found time to write you. Please come to me. Let us remember our childhood days of joy. Your loving friend Ramesh.
Suresh, I don't know where those gardens have gone. Those fairy tales, those fruits, those words of love and affection. We have lost our real life in this unreal world. Anyhow, I am happy that I have found time to write you. Please come to me. Let us remember our childhood days of joy. Your loving friend Ramesh. So, though he lost everything, at present he is very happy he found time to write a letter to his friend Suresh. So that's the content of the letter. Now we have, my dear students, some question and answers. I'll be sending you the answers in the group. I'll be sending today evening, and you can also copy that, and your homework will be writing this part of homework in your book, and also writing all the words meaning which I have written in the board. So pause the video now and look at these words. Words is your important words, and write down in your book now, and you do the rest of the homework when I send it today. Okay, these question and answers. I don't want to make you to write and I correct, because it is very difficult to correct with the WhatsApp messages. So please take care of doing this. Okay, thank you.